Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energies. With all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, you got the Seven of Wands, and then we also have the Star out here. I see you going after something that you really, really want. And you're not allowing anyone or anything to stop you. Which is interesting because you're harnessing this energy. Whatever this thing is that you really, really want that I see you going after, a lot of you feel like somebody's going to try to stop you from going after whatever this thing is that you really, really want. I don't know why anybody would try to stop you, but I guess we'll see. Let's look at the Seven of Wands. We have the Six of Swords, so the Four of Cups, and then we also have the Nine of Swords out here. You're finally putting your foot down here with somebody. And they feel like there's nothing that they can do about it, but they're definitely stressing over it. Definitely stressing over it. They definitely don't like it. Tell me more about the Star. We have the Justice card to the Six of Pentacles, and then we also have the King of Wands. Whatever this thing is that you're going after, it's something that you feel will drastically change your life for the better, but will also change their life for the worst. Tell me, okay, wait a second. Tell me more about the Star. Yeah, like you feel pretty confident that once you're able to get whatever this thing is that you so badly want for yourself, it's going to drastically change your life for the better, but it's going to drastically change their life for the worst. Okay. Well, I am definitely getting that you're right, okay? Like, I am getting that you're definitely right, Pisces. Like, once you're able to, like, obtain whatever this thing is that you want to obtain, you know, for yourself, and that could be just about anything, it will drastically change your life, but it'll drastically change your life for the better, and it'll drastically change their life for the worse. I just don't know what it is that you're trying to, like, obtain. Whatever it is that you're trying to obtain for yourself, you know, it's one of those things. It's like once you're able to like get whatever this thing is that you so badly want, you could be able to like do away with this person for good. So again, I'm not entirely sure what you're aiming towards here, but you're definitely aiming towards something. And once you get that something, you could be able to wash your hands clean of this person for good. And you know, once you do, it's going to like, it's going to drastically, you know, affect this person's life. I almost want to say severely. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Cups. Now, you don't have to be dealing with a female. You could be dealing with a dude for all I know, but we all harness masculine and feminine energy within us, so don't get caught up in the gender, okay? The reason why you're harnessing so much masculine energy is because you're taking action towards whatever this thing is that you just so badly want, because I just kind of see you locked in on something. I don't see you getting distracted. I just see you super freaking locked in on whatever this something is that you want, because you know that once you get whatever this thing is that you want, you could be able to wash your hands clean, you know, of this person for once and for all. So that's why you're harnessing masculine energy, right? But with the Queen of Cups coming out here, I mean, you are dealing with somebody who is codependent off of you. I wouldn't say fully, but to a certain extent, you know, they definitely are. This is somebody who relies on you for certain things, okay? So once you do away with this person, you know what I mean? I can see why they're going to suffer. Because whatever it is that this person tends to rely on you for, they're no longer going to have access, you know, to. This person comes off to me as somebody who is like far from independent. They're very far from being independent. Like they could somewhat take care of themselves, but not like fully. You know what I mean? You, on the other hand, it's like you come off to me as somebody who is extremely independent, somebody who doesn't need anybody's help and or assistance with anything. You're just very, very, very independent in your ways. Them, on the other hand, it's like not really. They're not that, like, you know, yeah, they're not as independent, I would say, as you are. Okay. Okay, so let's just look at this person, shall we? How does, one second. How does this person currently view this relationship? So we do have the Fool. We have the I feel like this person's going to be paying for their foolish ways very, very soon. It's like this person plays a lot of foolish games within this dynamic that they share with you, as if you're just never going to do anything about it, is what I'm gathering. They just play a lot of foolish games, thinking that they're never going to lose you. Okay, let's keep going. How does Pisces... We have the Tower to the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Page of Cups. Interesting. Remember when we were kind of going over this locked-in energy that you found yourself in reference to whatever this thing is that you're trying to obtain for yourself? Because there's something that you want to obtain first. Once you're able to obtain whatever this thing is first, you could, you know, finally wash your hands clean of this person, do away with them. So in the meantime, as you're like super locked in on this thing that you want, you know, and removing all sorts of distractions, you know, out of your life, so that way you could just better focus on what you got to do. We got this person. We got this person wanting to apologize to you for what? I don't know, but I'm getting an apology, and I'm also getting a heart-to-heart. So they want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, but they also want to apologize, you know, to you for something. And it has a lot to do with like a recent tower moment that occurred here between the two of you. It kind of looks like this tower moment happened between the two of you, and you guys never really like spoke about it, or, you know, addressed it, or had a conversation about it. But it looks like they want to talk about it. We have the Judgment card to Ten of Swords. And then we also have the Five of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles to the Hangman, and then we also have the Knight of Wands out here. Okay. I feel like you're over it. Like, whatever happened here between the two of you as far as like this tower moment is concerned, like, I feel like you're so past it. I feel like you're so like over it. Don't get me wrong, when this tower moment did occur here between the two of you, it definitely did hurt you and affected you in a negative way. But I feel like by the time they want to have a conversation about it, or a heart-to-heart with you, it's like your mind is not even on that shit anymore. Your mind is on whatever this thing is that you want, is what I'm gathering. That's all you really care about right now, is this thing that you want. How does this person currently feel? We have the Queen of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the Nine of Swords. This person's becoming very uncomfortable and worried within their relationship with you, is what I'm gathering. And they're not entirely sure why they feel this way. It's just this overwhelming feeling that's coming over them, that's causing them to feel worried and concerned. It's as if they feel like something's coming, like something bad is about to essentially happen here. You and this one over here could very well be married to one another, because the Hierophant to the High Priestess, I mean, technically speaking, these two are married to one another. But of course, this could represent somebody that you're in a committed relationship with, or somebody that you just simply share a very strong and intense spiritual connection with. but they feel it. They feel like something's coming, like something is about to happen, and they just can't help but to essentially feel like it's coming from you. Like whatever this thing is that they feel is about to happen, they feel like it's going to be something that you do. It's going to be something that you say, is what I'm gathering. It kind of looks like this person, I mean, despite the foolish games that this person was playing in this dynamic here with you, which to me, I don't even know why they would even do that, because that's like the epitome of playing yourself at that point, because we did see that they were codependent off of you, you know, in some way, shape, and or form. But it looks like while being codependent off of you, they were also playing a lot of foolish games, you know? And I think that it was kind of stemming from a place of them essentially feeling like they could get away with whatever, you know, they continue to do in this dynamic that they share with you, and nothing ever, you know, nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to go anywhere. Like, it has that type of flavor to it, but I don't know. It just kind of feels like the epitome of somebody playing themselves, because it's like, why play a foolish game with a person that you are somewhat codependent off of? Like, why do that? You know what I mean? And run the risk of basically losing that person, the benefits that come with that person. It just doesn't make any sense, but, you know, I don't know. You know, this person is leaning towards their feminine, which is kind of making me, you know, feel like this person's just kind of sitting around and just, how do I say this? They're just kind of sitting around and just kind of waiting to see, you know, like, I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder what's going to happen next. You, on the other hand, it's like you're not waiting to see what's going to essentially happen next. You're going to make sure that you're the one that knows exactly what's going to happen next, because you have every intentions of doing whatever it is that you plan on doing, you know, next. You're not sitting around waiting for something to happen here, is what I'm gathering. You're going to be the reason why whatever this thing is that happens next, is what I'm gathering. Because there's something about you wanting to do away with this person. But we do have the Ace of Wands, we do have the Knight of Wands, and then we also have the Four of Pentacles. Again, just super, super, super locked in when it comes down to whatever this thing is that you want. The bottom of the deck, though, we do have the King of Cups, we do have the Page of Swords, we also have the Ten of Cups, and then we also have the High Priestess out here. Then we have the Five of Cups, the Two of Wands to the Emperor. This Tower moment is still going unresolved from the looks of it. It's like they're trying to have a heart-to-heart with you about it, and you're not really trying to, like, do that. You're not trying to do that. You're not trying to have this heart-to-heart with them. You're not. But anyways, even though you're not trying to have like a heart-to-heart with this person, well, I almost called you Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer. With this energy coming out here, look, I feel like all you want, honestly, is to be happy. You know, you basically want what we all want. You just want to be happy. And you feel like you can't really do that in this like marriage and a relationship with them. I also feel like you're realizing that you have far more control over this entire situation than you initially thought you did. It looks like what happened was, going back to this whole codependent energy coming from them, you are somebody who is far from codependent. You don't really need a man or woman for absolutely anything. Like, you could do that all by yourself, clearly. Now, with all of that being said, there was this, what was holding you back has a lot to do with the whole, but I feel bad. You know, I feel bad, I feel bad, I feel bad. You know, like, you know, if I walk away, poor thing, you know, I feel bad. You know, I feel like because you know that this person relies on you to a certain extent, and you know that this person, you know, can't really do this thing called life without you in it. Like, I feel like that's what kind of kept you, like, in a situation you didn't really want to be in, you know? But instead of you feeling bad for them, I see you feeling bad for yourself. You know, like that's what's really changing here, Pisces, is that you're no longer feeling bad for them. You're feeling bad for you now. Because feeling bad for you, for them, you know, doesn't really bring you anything positive anyways. You know what I mean? It's like you're basically feeling bad for like the evil villain, you know, when you should be feeling bad for yourself, you know, and that's exactly what I see happening is that you're starting to feel bad for yourself and how all of this is robbing you of like true happiness. What actions? Ooh. We have the Justice card to the Temperance card to the Four of Cups. And then there's something about like them feeling like they have to essentially make this work out. Yeah. They don't feel like an opportunity like this will ever present itself to them ever again. And what I mean by that is they don't feel like they'll ever meet somebody who, you know, cared for them the way that you cared for them, was there for them the way that you were there for them, provided for them the way that you provided for them. Like, you know, they just don't feel like they're ever going to find somebody like you ever again. I mean, you do harness, you know, that this energy of like putting other people's happiness before your own. You do harness, you know, that this energy of somebody who's far from, you know, selfish. Hence why, you know what I mean? You've been in a situation that you don't want to essentially be in. It's all in the name of, well, I feel bad because if I divorce them, you know, like they're going to take it hard and, you know, but what, are they going to be okay? And what are they going to do without me? And, you know, things of that nature. I mean, you are far from, you know, selfish. And deep down inside, I feel like this person knows, you know what I mean? That they truly do have a really good thing with you. And it's not something that they want to lose. So the life that they were able to build with you is not something that they want to lose. The type of person that you are with them is not something that they're trying to lose because they know the likelihood, right, of them meeting somebody who only thinks about themselves and would never put them, you know, first. Like, it's probably never going to happen again. And this is why they feel like they have to make this work. They have to make this work. Because they know they don't have anything, they don't have much to look forward to if this goes south. Like, as far as like the next human, you know, is concerned, they don't feel like they have much to really look forward to. You know what I mean? So this is why they feel like, no, they have to basically make this work. They have to like keep this relationship in their life. Tell me more about the Four of Cups. We have the page. Yeah, this person, and the thing is that do I, and don't take this the wrong way, but I don't know, maybe that's just my own personal belief or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. But this whole like, but I need, you know, Pisces in my life, and I can't be without Pisces, you know, like I need them in my life. I need them, you know. I feel like this person obviously knows what it's like to live life without you in it. They obviously know what it's like, okay? I mean, obviously this person was living their life before they essentially met you. And before this person, you know, met you, you know, they were living their life, and it looks like, you know, it was the only struggle. It looks like it was the only struggle for them. Um, and the moment that you know, walked into their life, you brought so much relief, right, into their life because they had somebody they can rely on. They had somebody that they could depend on. They had somebody who was going to care for them and be there for them and, you know, things of that nature. But the reality of the situation is that they don't really need you or anybody. All they really do need is themselves. The thing is that they just don't believe in themselves enough to be that person that, you know, you clearly are, that they're clearly not. You see what I mean? Like, you you are somebody who does come off to me as somebody who, like I said, is just very, very independent. um you don't really like to rely or depend on anyone for absolutely anything. And I just feel like with them, it's like they tend to feel the need to rely and depend on people, when in all actuality, they don't need to rely and depend on absolutely anybody, but themselves. It's just a belief that they have that they need to do away with. But according to them, this person basically believes that they need you. And that they can't be without you. So they're gonna fight, and they're gonna fight hard, is what I'm gathering. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.